Right here we're looking at my computer screen, and what's on it is the very first video I uploaded to YouTube almost 5 years ago. And that video was about the Ruger SR22. The model 3600. They had first came out. This was one hot little item back then. Everybody was looking for it, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. This one right here had the 3.5-inch barrel on it. Sweet little shooter, but after I got over 3,000 rounds through it, buddy of mine made me an offer and I sold it. And as usual, I regretted it. Now the video we're about to see here is about my replacement. It's the model 3620 Ruger SR22 with the 4.5-inch barrel. Stick around, hope you enjoy the video. Well, people, here we are, almost 5 years later. Ruger SR22 with the 4.5-inch barrel on it. I'm going to tell you right now, I've already had this box open, and I've already done the shooting portion of the video. Cousin Randy was able to get away for the afternoon, and I filmed him while he was shooting. We both put about 100 rounds through it each of Blazer brass. And as you'll see on the video, I think I got about him firing maybe about 80 rounds. We had no malfunctions. We had no stovepipes, failures to feed, jams, anything like that. The gun ran flawlessly. The only thing I did to it, when I took it out of the box, I run a patch through the barrel. I went and took a Q-tip with some alcohol and got around all the little nooks and cracks and crevices I could. And then I put some oil on it, you know, on the rails and maybe another place or two. You don't need a whole lot of lube on these little Rugers. And it was awesome. Well, enough of me babbling. Let me go ahead and open this bad boy up here. Like I said, I've already had it out, but I fixed it back to the way it was when I got it. Comes in the little plastic baggie. You'll see there's no magazine in here. Nothing in the chamber. We're safe. What it comes with right here, you'll see, well, the pistol itself. It has the large grip sleeve on it. You want to replace it, you just wiggle that off, pull it off, and slide on a smaller one. Another reason I bought this, aside from missing this, the first one I had, was my granddaughter was with me, Jay Lee, and she's 10, of course. Y'all seen her on the videos here. I put the small grip sleeve on it, and it fit her hand perfectly. And she said, "Papa, Mark, you got to get this. That's all there is to it." Well, the last one I had worked so well, you know, I wasn't about to pass this up, and especially if she seemed like she was going to be into it. Let's see what else it comes with. You got the two 10-round Ruger magazines. Now these here spare mags are about $35 each, I believe, from the Ruger website. But my local gun shop also had the extra magazines. They were like $34.95 each. So next week I'm going to go back and get 2 more. Well, hell, might as well get 3 of them, you know. That way if I buy a box of 50 rounds, I can just have the whole box 50 in the magazines before I go shooting. They also have the extended base plates on them. As you see right there, I got medium-sized hands, maybe average-sized, and it fits really well. I could probably go with the flat base plates that come with this. These, let's see, where are they? Here they are. And put them on there if I was ever going to carry this concealed. There are quite a few people that carry a .22 long rifle pistol as their concealed carry weapon. And as I did that with the first Ruger SR22 I had some years back. Anyhow, let's see here. Okay, got a nice carrying case. It's a zip up tight nylon. Got the Ruger logo on it. And it fits pretty good with that 4.5 inch barrel there. You can go ahead and lay it long ways there, and it won't interfere with the closure. Of course, you got all your paperwork and all that good stuff and everything. Plus, what I like now, where is that guy? Come here. The Ruger decal, of course. It comes with your standard lock. This will go in the bottom of the safe. And also the chamber flag. If you're ever at the range or whatever, your gun's empty, you just stick that in the chamber, and people around you know that there's no ammo in there. Okay, let's take a closer look at this little fellow right here. You know, from looking at this gun and just checking it out, the lines, you know, the curves or whatever, this is actually a sexy little booger right here. And I like the way that stainless steel barrel right there kind of stands out along the black here. This is nice. And, well, what can I say? This is just a good looking firearm, you know, for what it is. I think this is better looking than a lot of your .22 long rifle semi-autos out there. This is just nice. Of course, you have your sights front and back. You have a 3-dot system here. Don't know if I can get that angle on there or not, but it's there. And this back sight is adjustable for elevation and windage. And this front sight is dovetailed in. So if you want to put some replacement sights on there, have at it. Hammer fired. Well, it's on safe now. Of course, we already know the gun's been safety checked. Up for fire, down for safe, and this is also a decocker. Now, one of the gripes a lot of people were talking about, and the safety decocker is ambidextrous. One of the gripes a lot of people were bellyaching and whining about was it was different, because usually it's down for fire and up for safe. I can understand it if that's what you're used to, but this right here, you know, it doesn't affect me one way or the other. Now, as far as the decocker goes, cock a slide back, you decide not to fire, down. And Ruger does say it is safe to dry fire this weapon. Now the slide stop right here, it's only on the left side. There's not one here on the right. Of course, when it's in safe, it disengages the trigger. Nothing. It's just flopping around. Remove the magazine. The trigger's dead. That's all there is to it. Just freaking dead. Put that back in. And you saw the trigger pop back up there. I'll do it one more time in case you weren't paying attention. Back like it. Watch. There you go. Also, if, well, I don't know if you can tell by the lighting or not, the serrations on this little fellow right here, front and back, both sides. You know, they're not overly aggressive, but they are down there deep enough. You can get a good grip on it. Pull back. You want to do a press check right here or pull back from the front. No problem. And they only add to the beauty of this little shooter right here. It's just nice. Now, you also have a reel on here. I don't remember if that's Picatinny or 1913. You can put a light or laser on here. You know, your choice. But like I said, Picatinny or 1913, I can't remember right now. Sometimes I get my little terminology confused. But anyway, right there it is for you to see. Let's go ahead and check out the trigger on this. A lot of people were complaining because the trigger itself is plastic or polymer. Both terms are acceptable here. But it's really all you need on this. A little bit of take up right there, just a little bit. And of course that was single action. Now let's try it in double action. A little bit stiffer, well, a lot bit stiffer. I'd say this is a good 10 or 12 pounds, but it is doable, and it's solid all the way back. I wonder if I can rack it and get a reset. No, I guess not. Well, I ain't got that part figured out yet, but we can do this. Back out like it, you know. Of course, I couldn't tell no reset from that, but the trigger, people was wishing it had at least an aluminum trigger or a metal trigger. Hey, this plastic one is just fine. I usually wouldn't say that about any other firearm, but this being what it is, I can live with it. Just don't abuse it. Take care of it. Take down and reassembly. I'm going to tell you right now, this little booger can be a bear to take down and reassemble, but it's still new. And one of the problems they had with the original SR22 pistols was the takedown lever itself. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this down. And as we know, it is unloaded. Alright. You do want to rack a slide back and get the hammer back, okay? So I'm going to do that. Okay. Well, I let go of that. The hammer is back. Now I remove the magazine. Right here's the takedown lever. Now, one of the problems with it, if I can get a better look, that's probably too bright. Right there. That's made of polymer. Ruger should go back and make that at least aluminum, you know. That would be what I would do. But anyhow, first time I tried to take this down, my God, I thought I was going to pull my fingernails off. But it's not that bad. You pull down on it like that. It goes down. And then you pull back and up and off easy like that. Remember, you got to make sure that hammer's back. Up. And there we go. Okay. Just that simple. Now, while we have this little fella taken apart, we're going to talk about some problems the SR22 had when it first come out. And as far as I know, it may still be having those problems today, but I haven't widely heard anything about it. Of course, I showed you the takedown lever. One of the problems with it was, well, the thing was just blowing off there, breaking off. And that was on the early models. Also, another problem, let me show you. Okay, right in here, you can see in there. Okay, I got to quit using that flashlight. On the earlier models, the slide was digging into the polymer right in here, causing some problems. And that problem, well, both those problems have been well documented here on YouTube. But as far as the slide catch lever right here goes, a lot of people were experiencing problems with this thing. You know, they'd be out shooting or whatever, kaboom. Next thing you know, the whole daggone slide flies off the gun. This would be gone. And that seemed to be a result of using the hotter rounds extensively, like stingers and such. Well, in my first SR22 pistol, you know, I only used maybe, I don't know, I had over 3,000 rounds through it, and I bet 50 of them were stingers. I rarely shot those. I didn't need to shoot them. You want to shoot a stinger or something, you know, get the Ruger Mark II or III or now the Mark IV. Shoot it through guns like that, you know, or get a revolver and shoot them through that. But as far as these lighter semi-auto pistols, you don't need to shoot stingers. You can get some just plain Jane CCIs or Blazers. They'll do just fine. But one of the problems was the hotter rounds were blowing off the daggone takedown levers. And also, like I said, the slide was digging into the polymer right here. Another problem people seem to have, or, well, they seem to think it's a problem. The polymer guide rod. Now, I've never heard of anybody yet having one of these break. Of course, steel or aluminum, it's going to last a lot longer. But I watched some videos and I've read the comments. That's something you need to do if you don't do it, is read the comments. People saying, oh, well, I replaced mine with such and such steel guide rods out of Asheville, North Carolina, la-da-da-da-da-da. Guess what? It don't need it. A lot of times you put that steel guide rod in, and from what I read on the comments, this thing can be a son of a gun to get back together. It's bad enough as it is with polymer, but the steel guide rod, it might last longer, but polymer will retain oil or lubrication a lot better than steel will. So if I need to get any spare guide rods, I'm going to go with polymer. Steel, nice to have, but not needed. The barrel here on the SR22, stainless steel of course. Sweet looking little barrel. It's got some thick walls to it. A lot of people might even consider that to be a bull barrel. You know, I don't know how big around in circumference a barrel has to be considered a bull barrel, but it's got a good thick barrel, and it is a fixed barrel. Of course, the SR22 here is a blowback operation. I guess kind of like a high point, but what the hell? It works. Have no complaints about this whatsoever. Now again here on the slide. The earlier models that were having the problems back whenever, of course you can see right there it says SR22. Let me get that flashlight again. There it is. Don't know if you can make that out or not, but SR22. Alright. Now the ones that were having the problems at first, you know, the majority of them, the engraving said SR22 pistol. Well, after a little while, Ruger left off the word pistol and just put SR22. And you haven't heard about near as many problems with it since then. I don't know what changes they made or whatever. But it seems to work a lot better these days than earlier models. Alright everybody, here comes the part of the video where we got Cousin Randy who makes another return. And yes, I'm pretty sure his girlfriend doesn't know where he's at while he's doing this. And he is firing the Ruger SR22 for the first time. Like I said, I got him putting 80 rounds through on video. I put quite a few rounds through it myself, and you'll see no malfunctions or anything like that, just good old stuff. The cat daddy, well, why hasn't he been on any of these videos? It's Saturday afternoon, and his girlfriend gave him permission to drink some beer. So the cat daddy is pretty well now, I'd say, semi-conscious about right now. So hey, the cat daddy will be back soon. So let's go down here and watch this video, the Ruger SR22, cousin Randy shooting this bad boy. And afterwards, we'll wrap up the video with some final thoughts. First 20 rounds, no problem. Go see what he did. Does the same as me, to the left with a brand new firearm. Randy shooting some steel. Alright, he's about 40 yards. Alright. Call him Butter, cause Randy's on a roll. Well, I tell you what, I got to give this little gun a whole lot of credit right here. As you saw on the video part where we were doing the shooting, or Randy was anyway, no malfunctions, no failures to feed, no failures to eject, no jams. The gun ran flawlessly. The sights, once we figured out where to aim it, they seem to be right on, straight out of the box. You know, it was just that sweet and simple, right out of the box for this gun right here. No problems whatsoever. Now a lot of people talk about customizing this or what have you, maybe replacing a plastic trigger. I don't see you need to replace that. As far as the sights on here, I don't see any need to replace the sights. This gun's good to go the way it is. Now, I like to do the research on a firearm before I buy one. And when I went to YouTube to research the model with the 4.5 inch barrel here, they were only 2 reviews on it. 2 tabletop reviews that I found on all of YouTube. One of them was done by JW Ideas, and the other was done by A-Train77. Then there might have been 2 or 3 other videos that lasted less than a minute where some people were shooting this thing. But other than that, you know, there's a ton of videos on the Model 3600, but not on the 3620. Only 2 tabletop reviews. And I guess this here will be review number 3. Hopefully a lot of people will see this video and they'll go out and give this little fella a try. I mean, I had a blast with it, pardon the pun. It was just a whole lot of fun. It's very lightweight. I think it's maybe about, well shoot, I really don't know. I don't want to tell you because I might be wrong. Less than 20 ounces. Now if you go out and get one of the Ruger Mark 4s or 3s or what have you like that, you know, those are really good firearms too, but they got some weight to them. And they may end up lasting a hell of a lot longer than this one will, but still yet, you take proper care of this firearm. There's no need to fire the hot rounds or the stingers through it. Just regular plain Jane 22 ammo, just the regular CCI or whatever. You'll be good to go with this. You shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. Alright. I missed the first one I had after I sold it. This one here is going to be with me a very long time. I see no reason to get rid of it. Well, listen, I babbled on long enough. This is Mark, Garage Guy 879. Ruger SR22 4.5 inch barrel. I can recommend this little fella right here. Give it a try if you get the chance. You won't be disappointed. When you go shooting, be safe.